With that, I'd like to yield 3 minutes to my very good friend, distinguished member of the Rules Committee and of the Energy and Commerce Committee, Dr. Burgess of Texas.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized.
For yielding, and I also am from an energy state, and I want to associate myself with the remarks of Ranking Member Cole as far as the energy industry is concerned. Quite correct. The hostility of the Biden administration to American energy was front and center from day one when the president took the oath of office, and it is only the last 6 weeks that we've seen the hostility from Putin and Russia, but the seeds were set for record high energy prices because of the activities of the Biden administration and the Democratic leadership in this Congress, quite frankly. But I'm here today to speak about the spending bill that's in front of us. Halfway through the fiscal year, we finally have the appropriations bills for the spending for this year, and I'm grateful to see a copy on the Speaker's desk. That's the only copy that I have seen. Certainly we didn't have a copy last night in the Rules Committee, so I'm gratified to know that there does exist a copy of this spending bill. But once again, no member of the People's House has really had the opportunity to look at and weigh in on. No ability to amend last night in the Rules Committee, no ability to really affect this massive spending bill that is in front of us. I plan to offer several amendments to improve this bill. The public health mandates are easing around the country. The Department of Transportation still requires patrons to wear masks on public transportation, on airlines. This could and should be rescinded, and this was an opportunity to do just that. As Mr. Cole mentioned, we are experiencing some of the highest gas prices in over a decade, maybe even in this generation, and no funds in this bill should be expended to restrict the operation or development of oil and gas pipelines to get that vitally needed energy out of places like the Permian Basin to population centers, Dallas, Houston, Oklahoma City, where they can be consumed or where they can be liquefied and exported to other countries. Look, federal agencies are behind. Veteran services are severely backlogged. I would have loved to submit an amendment to appropriate some additional dollars, $2 billion, to the Department of Veterans Affairs so that they could relieve this backlog for our veterans. And in fact, the budget neutrality requirements in the Medicare physician fee schedule, those could have been waived, and we could have done so with the excess funds in the Provider Relief Fund, and given our frontline health personnel a little bit of a break from the fact that they've been on the front lines battling the coronavirus for 2 years, and what do they get for that effort? A pay cut. So the Congressional Budget Office did provide to the budget.
The gentleman's time has expired.
I yield the gentleman an additional minute.
You're recognized for additional time.
The Congressional Budget Office did provide to the Budget Committee, of which I'm also a member, a list of the top 20 agencies that are overfunded with funds that have been appropriated over the last 2 years. And in fact, the totality of those 20 accounts is $340 billion. There were monies available to do a lot of things that are in this bill could have been offset if we'd simply taken the time to do it. And I will say, since I'm a member of the authorizing committee, going forward, our authorizing committees have to do their work. They have to do the study because we can't expect it to all happen at the appropriations committee at the 11th hour. I do want to ask unanimous consent that the spreadsheet from the Congressional Budget Office be added to today's record, because I think it's important that people be able to see where those monies exist. And I yield back to the ranking member. Thank you.
Gentleman reserves.